Thackeray is saying there that Balasaheb Thackeray is the undisputed ultimate leader. Let me go across to Deepak Kesarkar's press conference that's underway right now.
लँग्वेज में बात करूंगा. नमस्कार. आपल्या बरोबर खूप दिवसांनी बोलतोय. या ठिकाणी आल्यानंतर आणि विशेषतः आम्ही महाराष्ट्रातून निघाल्यानंतर आपल्याशी कमी वेळा बोलण्याची संधी मिळाली आणि आता आदरणीय शिंदे साहेब जे आमचे नेते आहेत त्यांनी मला सांगितलेलं आहे की ऑफिशियली तुम्ही कम्युनिकेट करायचं प्रेसशी, कारण बऱ्याचशा वेळेला कम्युनिकेशन नसलं तर लोकांमध्ये गैरसमज निर्माण होतात आणि हे गैरसमज निर्माण झाल्यानंतर त्याचं उत्तर देणं आवश्यक असतं. तर एक गैरसमज असा आहे की आम्ही शिवसेनेमधून बाहेर पडलेलो आहोत. आम्ही अजूनही शिवसेने पक्षाचेच सदस्य आहोत. आम्ही सर्वजण शिवसेना पक्षाचे सदस्य आहोत. परंतु अनेक वेळेला असं होतं की पक्षाच्या आमदारांची जी मतं असतात या मताप्रमाणे काही निर्णय व्हायला लागतात. त्यांचे काही अधिकार असतात, त्यांच्या कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीज आहेत, आपल्या राज्यामध्ये विविध कामं व्हावी अशी त्यांची अपेक्षा असते आणि ते सरकार चांगलं चालावं जी आपली जबाबदारी आहे. म्हणून आम्ही अनेक वेळा सुचवलेलं होतं आमच्या पक्षप्रमुखांना की आपण एक निर्णय घेऊया की ज्या युतीमध्ये आपण लढलो त्याच्याच बरोबर आपण राहूया. असा एक निर्णय सर्व आमदारांनी मिळून घेतलेला होता. प्रत्येक दिवस आम्ही उद्धव साहेबांना हे सांगत होतो आणि आमची अशी अजून सुद्धा पुढे सुद्धा ते आमचं ऐकतील, कारण ज्या वेळेला एवढी लोक सांगतात, एवढी लोक एकत्र येतात त्यावेळेला त्याच्यामध्ये काहीतरी सबस्टन्स असणार. त्याच्यामध्ये काहीतरी असं आहे की जे सर्व लोकांना खटकलेलं आहे आणि याच्यामध्ये कोणी आम्हाला सांगितलेलं नाही की तुम्ही असं करा. आम्ही स्वतःहून हा निर्णय घेतलेला आहे.
We were trying to explain him for long, and when so many people tell something,
त्यांच्या संपर्कामध्ये सर्व
nobody has told us to behave in such a manner.
ठरवलं की आपण आपलं जे मत आहे हे आपण मत असंच ठेवावं आणि आम्ही आमचं मत तसंच ठेवणार आहोत. जे 2/3 बहुमताचा जो विषय आहे
all the MLAs were in touch with Shinde and they have decided it together.
तर तुम्हाला ते 2/3 बहुमत लागतं आणि ते 2/3
majority
आहे आणि
this is a constitutional requirement.
पूर्वीचे नेते बदलण्याच्या संदर्भात सुद्धा ज्या मीटिंग झाल्या त्याच्यामध्ये 16 ते 17 आमदार उपस्थित होते. त्यावेळेला एखाद्या पक्षाचं रजिस्ट्रेशन होतं, त्यावेळेला जेवढे निवडून आलेले आमदार असतात सगळे आपल्या पक्षाचं आणि त्या गटाचं रजिस्ट्रेशन करतात. त्याच्यामध्ये आमची संख्या 56 होती.
We have the requisite numbers with us, and so all the meetings about changing the leaders etc. cannot happen in the presence of mere 16 to 17 MLAs.
जो काय निर्णय आदरणीय उपाध्यक्षांनी दिलेला आहे त्या निर्णयाला आम्ही चॅलेंज करणार आहोत.
Are for 55. So if you want to change the leader representing 55 MLAs, then 17 MLAs cannot take the decision.
निवडण्याचा अधिकार आहे आणि शिवसेना हा जो पक्ष आहे आपल्या विधिमंडळातला
challenge the decision of changing the leader of the legislature party. We are going to go to the court and we are not agreeable to the decision.
पक्षाचे नाव काय असेल तर आम्ही अनेक लोकांची चर्चा केली. हे पक्षाचे नाव नाही आहे. आम्ही स्वतःला काय म्हणायचं की आम्ही असंच म्हटलं की शिवसेनेपेक्षा आम्ही वेगळे आहोत का?
As far as the party is concerned, the leadership of the party currently is vested in the hands of Eknath Shinde and nobody has left the party so far. That is what Deepak Kesarkar is saying.
या सदस्यांची संख्या 2/3 पेक्षा जास्त असल्याने त्याचे नेते हे एकनाथजी शिंदे असतात.
We have not asked for a separate name for the party. Since we, the legislature party, we are the majority group in the legislature party, and hence we have urged or asked for Eknath Shinde to be our leader, and we have not asked for a different name.
आणि वोटिंग मध्ये किंवा वोटिंग साठी ऍब्सेंट राहून तुम्ही जर तो व्हीप मडला सदनामध्ये विधानसभेमध्ये,
please go and read the anti-defection law.
अट्रॅक्ट होतं. परंतु घाबरवण्यासाठी म्हणून आमच्या मीटिंगला नाही आला तरी तुम्ही डिस्क्वालिफाय होता असं सांगितलं जातं आणि ते ऍप्लिकेशन स्वीकारले जातात. हे योग्य नाही असं मला वाटतं.
Disqualification is attracted only when the party issues an whip and you are absent on the floor of the house, not outside the house.
आमच्यापैकीच एक अध्यक्ष होतात आणि आमच्यापैकीच एक उपाध्यक्ष होतात, परंतु आमच्या बरोबर आमदार हा त्यांचा जो स्टेटस असतो तो बदलतो आणि त्यांना एक कायदेशीर अधिकार प्राप्त होतो, जो घटनात्मक अधिकार आहे, आणि मग ते उपाध्यक्ष, अध्यक्ष किंवा सभापती, उपसभापती होतात. त्याच्यामुळे त्या पदाचं जी मान आहे, ती शान आहे, ते कायम महाराष्ट्रामध्ये ठेवली जाणार याची मला स्वतःला खात्री आहे.
The leader of the party on the house has certain constitutional powers.
आणि त्याच्यामुळे जे काय आज महाराष्ट्रामध्ये चुकीचं वक्तव्य केलं जातंय आणि लोकांना रस्त्यावर उतरण्याची जी भाषा केली जाते, ही भाषा चुकीची आहे. आणि त्याच्यामुळे मी सर्वांनाच आवाहन करतो, महाराष्ट्रातल्या तमाम जनतेला आवाहन करतो, सर्व शिवसैनिकांना आवाहन करतो की आपण रस्त्यावर येण्याची काहीही गरज नाही आहे. आपल्याला जे सांगितलं जातं ते आणि प्रत्यक्षातली वस्तुस्थिती ही वेगळी आहे आणि त्याचं तुम्ही निश्चितपणे ती समजून घ्याल. कुठल्याही परिस्थितीमध्ये
Maharashtra do not come on the streets.
पुढे नेला जाईल याची मी आपल्याला या माध्यमातून.
दीपक जी, मैं दिनेश मौर्य.
Please understand the real
मेरा सवाल
हिंदी पहले जरा मराठी में मैंने जी बात
दीपक जी, एक प्रश्न की तुम्ही या सरकारचा समर्थन कधी काढणार आहे, त्याबाबत काही निर्णय झाला का?
सर पहले गुवाहाटी से हूँ सलाम का हिंदी में
काढण्याबाबत काही निर्णय झाला का?
सर पहले हिंदी में पूरा जानकारी मिलने से अच्छा था.
जरा सुनिए, मैं बाद में हिंदी में बात करूंगा. जो हिंदी के क्वेश्चंस है, आप हिंदी खत्म होने के बाद हिंदी के क्वेश्चंस पूछिए. अंग्रेजी जो है
सर पहले आप
So that was rebel camp, one of the members of the rebel camp there, Deepak Kesarkar, of course, responding to the notice that was initially sent by the Deputy Speaker. Remember, earlier in the day, the Deputy Speaker of Maharashtra has finally sent a notice to the 16 rebel MLAs whose disqualification was sought by Uddhav Thackeray camp. Remember, Uddhav's Sena camp had written to the Deputy Speaker to disqualify the 16 rebels, and now finally he has sent a notice to the 16 MLAs issuing an ultimatum to either present themselves before him on Monday at 5 p.m. or face disqualification. And soon after this notice, you have one of the rebel MLAs, Deepak Kesarkar, address the media there and also say that they have the requisite numbers, they have the 2/3 majority, and the MLAs cannot be disqualified until and unless anyone is absent in the floor of the House, and outside the Assembly, they cannot be disqualified. Of course, clearly this is a response to the notice of the Deputy Speaker there. Ketan is still with me. Ketan, you've heard the press conference by Deepak Kesarkar. He's also clearly said that how an MLA can be disqualified and how an MLA cannot be disqualified. Clearly also saying that they have voluntarily joined Eknath Shinde. No one forced all these MLAs to. Take us through all those, the top highlights of that press conference.
Charlene, this is a very, very wise move by Eknath Shinde camp. So what they have done is they have made one Deepak Kesarkar, one of the rebel MLA, as their spokesperson. They have come and spoken in front of the camera that Shiv Seniks did not lose their cool. Nothing has happened. We haven't deserted the party. We haven't left the party. Our indisputed leader is Eknath Shinde, and he is still the leader of the legislature, the party on the floor of the House. So what he has said is basically it is legalese wrapped in rhetoric. So what he has said is that he has made himself anti-defection law proof. He presented an argument. He said that those who have read the anti-defection law, a whip can be issued for attendance on the floor of the House. This is something that Eknath Shinde also had tweeted 3 days back, that a whip cannot be issued for attendance outside the floor of the House. So clearly, what the rebel camp is trying to say is that if we have 55 MLAs, now firstly the rebel camp doesn't have 55 MLAs. The anti-defection law is extremely clear on this. The numbers that you need, like this 37 number of MLAs, or 2/3 of the total Shiv Sena strength is 37. So even if they have the numbers need to be proven on the floor of the House. Thirdly, and another important point that Deepak Kesarkar made is we have come of our own volition. Nobody has forced us. So this is direct response to the notice that 17 rebel MLAs have been issued by the Deputy Speaker. So legally, Deepak Kesarkar cannot speak on behalf of everyone. The spokesperson has no legal rights, so to say. So if all the MLAs come in front of the camera and assert themselves and tell that we have been not brought by force, or we have come on our own volition, or if they say that to the Speaker in habeas corpus in front of him, or if they say it to the court of law, only then there is a sense in it. And they have another important point that Deepak Kesarkar has made is we are going to challenge the disqualification in the High Court, because you cannot disqualify us. The leader of our legislature party on the floor of House is still Eknath Shinde. So you cannot take any decision without the majority of MLAs on your side to change the leader. So clearly this is a classic battle of Shiv Sena and another group of dissident MLAs who are claiming to be the Sena on the floor of the House. So he has basically, in a very wise manner, replied on two fronts. He has said to the agitated protesters that we have not left the party. We are still with the thought and the spirit of Shiv Sena. And secondly, what he has reiterated is our disqualification is ultra-virus or anti-constitutional. So extremely wise move and very, I would say, legally soundproof speech drafted by the rebel camp spokesperson.
Right, it's almost like a Shiv Sena versus Shiv Sena here. Ketan, one more thing. Deepak Kesarkar did talk about moving the court. But what I'd like to know from you, does this mean that they will perhaps not respond to the notice of the Deputy Speaker? The ultimatum, remember, set by the Deputy Speaker is Monday 5 p.m. Does this mean that they may not present themselves before the Deputy Speaker, move the court, challenge the disqualification notice, or are we just reading too much?
Well, I think it's Saturday and it's 4:15 now. So if they have moved the court indeed, and if the court admits their petition, then there is a possibility of holiday court also tomorrow, because tomorrow being Sunday, or the court can meet again on Monday. But first and foremost, we shouldn't rush on this. If they have applied a petition, or if they have gone to the court challenging the disqualification of the 16 MLAs, then the first step that the court has to take is to admit the petition. And once the court admits the petition, then they may get some sort of firewall till Monday, or the court may ask, if indeed you are challenging the disqualification, then why don't you present yourself in the city? Why don't, I mean, it's up to the court. So let's not presume too much on that front. But the first step, if anyone moves to the court, is the court accepting their petition. So once the court admits the petition and schedules its hearing, then we can see what the next step could be. Now they have been given time till Monday, I believe, end of Monday. So if the court is scheduled and accepts the petition and schedules a hearing on Monday morning, then that can change the course of things. So on one hand, the speaker, the deputy speaker, Naradi Jirwal, has sent a notice to the 17 rebel MLAs and asked them to reply. And on the other hand, the rebel camp has challenged this notice. For all those viewers who have joined us just now, the rebel camp has challenged the notice of the deputy speaker in the court of law.
Absolutely, Ketan. Interesting turn of events there. We'll keep coming back to you for the latest. For now, it's time to slip into a short break, but stay tuned. Lots more on the other side.